Now that you've said all of this, I'm going to make your worst fears come into reality, and I'm going to make swans for the rest of existence. Just
monetize them.
I'm gonna monetize them, and I'm gonna find a way to monetize some non-existent necessity.
YouTube ads that never go away.
Oh, of course.
Continue.
As long as I get paid from it, I don't give a shit. That is basically what you just said.
Yeah, because swans. Okay, because obviously, I'm not that. Obviously, Mars is not going to be cutting down entire fucking trees for him. Still,
I would.
Him. So, this entire stuff. So, like I said, let's assume for the sake of argument, she's built like fucking Mount Beanpole over here.
Okay.
And that they're the same age. She just happens to be a horrifying freak of nature that God's probably afraid of.
Okay, cool.
With that in mind,
horrifying freak of nature that God's probably scared of.
With that in mind,
Moving on.
She's like, I love painting trees because no one's ever really seen one.
Then how do you know what they look like?
I draw Godzilla. You don't see people going out to find fucking Godzilla in Tokyo Bay because he doesn't fucking exist. But no, so Ted for some reason assumes that this thing of something he's never fucking heard of, and the person already says no one's ever seen one, is like, okay, I'm gonna try finding this thing in real life, which. That's not how it works. Because again, oh man, I fucking love Five Nights at Freddy's. I wish FNAF was real. I know, I'll find Freddy Fazbear. It fucking works. But anyway, by sheer luck, of course, trees did exist at some point. And so she's like, man, does anyone know what a tree is? And Betty's wife's like, I know what a tree was. I saw them once. And so again, ignoring all the world building problems I just complained about. So this generation does know what trees are, but by the 2 generations later, no one remembers. The trees are like a fucking myth. Look, I'm sorry, but that's like saying did Pearl Harbor flip everybody's mind like a couple of years afterwards? I'm pretty sure. Wasn't 9/11's slogan literally "Never Forget"? I'm pretty sure the decimation of every fucking tree would probably have lasted a couple of generations. And you can't even say that, maybe O'Hare is silencing the people, or maybe all the old people are dying off because
they can't fucking breathe.
Shit passes around, you know? The point is, the point I was trying to get at is that you don't live down fucking the entire destruction of fucking nature to the point everyone's inhabiting the fucking dome here.
Mm-hmm.
So the point is, Betty's like, I know where you can find our trees. The Onceler. They just casually ignore the entire history that you could have
She knew this for years.
If she knew this, why couldn't she have told this fucking story? Maybe
she was telling the story.
No, she wasn't. She just told them where to find him and what the fuck was going on. So maybe, hear me on this, it's a dumb fucking excuse plot. Fun fact, there's actually a cut song of the original cut of Needville, where the original plot of why he was looking to find the Onceler is because he wanted a tree for his own purposes. He was like, I never want anything except for when I wanted this new toy, now this, and he wants a tree because no one else has a tree. This fits into the themes of the consumer side of things. Obviously, we weren't meant to get much backstory originally, but if you wanted to give backstory to the kid, this is a unique idea, giving him into the consumer side of things. Because yes, obviously corporations are bad, but we are also at fault for getting into a gluttonous consumer economy. So the idea of having the kid be like, I want a tree solely for my own purposes because I said something I need, like the need, is really thematic and works well.
But that would confuse people.
But it was a scrap song, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
They didn't use it, and instead they just replaced it with Needville. It's a brand new dawn.
It's too challenging for the audience. That's why. It made them think about themselves and be like, oh, maybe I'm the cause of this.
And so the kid's going to the walls, and he's like, I've never thought about what is past this giant fucking wall around the town. And it's like, what do you think? Do you think people are just gonna see the giant wall and be like, oh, okay, and fucking walk back? You're not Donald Trump. That's not how fucking that works. Even stranger O'Hare's like, what's this? Someone's thinking about leaving town? This has never happened before. Maybe this is why he thought the wall would work. Who knows? He ran for president in 2016. This came out in 2012. The timeline adds up.
Continue, please.
So he's
We're in like the first 10 minutes of the movie, my guy.
So he's walking down this fucking desolate wasteland, and immediately they show off the fucking grave that says "unless." You know, the thing that was intentionally hidden for the entire fucking book and the animated version of it. They just spoil it right there. You know what it would have been? Okay, look, I love the FNAF movie, but wouldn't it have been great if they just said, oh yeah, William Afton killed these fucking kids in a newspaper clipping in the opening, and just never mentioned it again until the end? Right, wouldn't that been great? Wouldn't it have been great in, like, fucking Gravity Falls, where like, in episode 1, Stan was like, oh yeah, my twin brother's dead. And he's like, and then it's revealed that he's alive later. And then it was like, oh yeah, I got a twin brother. And then no one mentions it until later in the series. Wouldn't it have been fucking great? Because everybody loves Sherlock Holmes, but surely the mystery and unanswered questions would have been better if Watson's like, actually, Holmes, this happened, and no one brings it up until the fucking end. But ignoring the big, ignoring the facts, completely ignore the whole subtext and importance of that fucking final message.
I've never seen someone so mad over fucking Lorax.
This basically, so he goes up and sees the Onceler voiced by Ed, I think Ed Helms.
Yes, Ed Helms.
Ed Helms. And so he's, and first of all, the Onceler's portrayal in this is just random cranky ass old guy. He's not he's not like sorrowful, like in like the Onceler. I was the Onceler. Or some shit like that. No, he's just like, why aren't you out there breakdancing and doing the Donkey Kong? They're trying so fucking hard just to make him that angry ass grandpa that we've seen millions of times over. Not like someone who's like, I don't know, like in the original story. Like, just because, you know, the original story might be important to look at if you're making an adaptation. Just a thought. But in the original story, he was just like, I will tell you the story of my tragic past and how I fucked literally everything up.
Mm-hmm. And
that if no one does anything, nothing is going to get better. But no, he's just like, breakdancing and doing the Donkey Kong.
Continue.
It's just a giant butchering of the character. But anyways, ignoring that, and this is the plot device they use for him framing the story instead of, I don't know, dedicating the movie to his fucking story. Who gave a shit about Ted? No one watched the original Lorax and thought,
this needs a new teenage boy.
yeah, no one looked at the Lorax and thought, I like this thing, but it's never explained why a boy went to see the Lorax. Who gives a shit? It was a framing device. The whole point is that he was symbolizing us, the audience, who came to hear this story, and then leaves the story, knowing that unless someone like us cares, nothing's gonna get better, and that's where it ends. It's an audience symbol. The whole thing is symbolism. It's symbolizing that we come into the story to hear it, and we leave now with this new point of view to decide what we are going to do about it. It's not meant to be a character that we listen and care for. It's meant to be us. It is a random-ass child because we were random-ass children. The story is made for random-ass children. Fuck! But anyways,
I've been holding on to this for so long.
and then the rest of the subplot doesn't even matter until the fucking end because it randomly just says, come back tomorrow, which, why? What? You can't tell this story in one fucking go, you lazy asshole? It was a fucking half hour long in the original thing, and it's like 12 minutes if you read the fucking book. You can't be bothered to finish this shit? But anyways, the rest of the subplot is mostly just O'Hare being like, fuck you, kid, don't get in my business. And the kid's like, but I'm horny. And it's like, don't you do it. He's like, I'm horny. Back and forth until the fucking climax, where Ted's about the fucking climax, because he got the fucking seed. And he's like, I got a tree, bitches. I'm gonna give it to her and get laid. And O'Hare's like, nuh-uh, you stupid bitch. And then it's just, car chases and action and skiing down a fucking thing while avoiding spies. And I'm just sitting here the whole fucking time like, wasn't this about the Lorax? Like, the last 30 minutes is the equivalent of watching a fucking Transformers film after listening to fucking Bill Nye. It's the equivalent, it's literally, and it's not even that, because at least I would be entertained in watching both Bill and I or Transformers. Here, it's just... okay, we should probably let it grow. And that's it! It's just a waste of time! But anyway, so that's this lame-ass, bare-bones, butt-basic, bitch, blood-nothing-out-of bomb, lame-ass fucking action sequence. O'Hare has Tim cornered. And then the grandma suddenly hijacks the construction vehicle, which is up to 25 years in prison, and lowers down the
Which is up to 25 years in prison.
which would likely add another 10 to 20 to her sentence, but that's besides the point. Revealing that the outside world is fucked, which nobody in this giant-ass town has autism, apparently. If no one thought once, maybe, fucking maybe, there is some shit they don't want us to see past this goddamn wall. Again, you're not going to look up to a wall and be like,
What's on the other side of the fucking
shucks,
wall?
man, there's a wall there. We can't get past it. And just head back and then go on with your fucking life. One person would have, at least in the first generation who went there, must have been like, what's behind that fucking wall? They would have been fucking climbing over each other like it's fucking World War Z to get over that fucking wall. They would have been fucking, it was, the point is that, so it's revealed to everyone now that O'Hare wasn't lying. It's not even his fucking city. Who the fuck owns Needville? You think the Onceler owns it, but he's off doing his shit in some random ass thing. So, is there any other working government? Is there like a mayor? But it's never explained. But anyway, so now they realize that, the outside is fucked, and that he has a tree, and that they can plant trees for oxygen. And O'Hare is like, that's bad. Even though they can already breathe air, and they know O'Hare sells air, and the whole reason he would want them to not have trees is for the sole purpose of him being able to sell air. But apparently, he's thinking that no one will want to go along with this. And then he tries to get the delivery driver to along with him, and says, do it or you're fired, even though he can't control that shit. He's a delivery driver. It's probably outsourced by like 3 different companies. You do an entire thing about big fucking business, and you don't know the first thing about how big fucking business works. But anyways, the guy's like, my name's Cy. I want to fucking die. I wish this story would let me die. But I say, let it grow. And then suddenly the whole fucking town, who keep in mind, has had no problem with the fact the outside world was looking like the end of fucking, was looking like fucking Jurassic Park, except everyone fucking died and it was only dinosaurs.
Except everyone died, it was only dinosaurs.
Ignoring that, ignoring the fact it looks like fucking Luigi's Mansion out there, no one had a problem with it until suddenly it's revealed that, wait a second, that wall wasn't the end of our existence? There's something past that? And so they're just like, the entire town gets together. For some reason, the agents who were so adamant to work with them, O'Hare, were like, ah, fuck him, and just commit manslaughter against him, which would probably add up to, so they'd probably be cellmates with the grandma. And so, basically, he leaves, and then they plant the first tree, and before it's even in the fucking ground, it's already hatching. So you're telling me these trees grow faster than fucking Ted Nuts? At this point, what?
Yes.
Okay, so Ted subplot, it fucking sucks.
Yes.
Okay, so the entire subplot, that's the majority of the movie, by the way, it fucking blows. But hey, maybe the subtext that was, by Dr. Seuss, maybe it's good? Maybe? What the fuck do you think? It's made by the studio who made the fucking Minions. This wasn't, like, Dr. Seuss wasn't like Nintendo hovering over their asses to make sure they don't fuck it up. He's fucking dead! He's fucking up in the clouds with the Lorax! Oh yeah,
I'm sorry, he's fucking up in the cloud with the Lorax.
And so basically, the Onceler, his face is revealed, which I don't like it, but I can understand why at least. It's an hour-ish movie, and even if he doesn't take up most of it, that's still a long time to go without showing a character. It's not like it's 3D animation, so you can like make all these different cool poses with the software you have, where you can just hide his face. No, they had to do it. obviously I think they could have done it, but I get it. I guess it makes somewhat sense. You know what doesn't make sense? Turning him into a Tumblr fucking sexy man. Turning him into a fucking steamline basic bitch boy who's just wearing this like, how bad can I be? With a electric guitar playing, black hair fucking, emo looking motherfucker who's like, oh, skip it up and da da da. Oh, it's entirely fucking stupid. The Onceler is not a character. He is a metaphor, fucker. Take a fucking English class. I'm sorry for yelling.
Continue. It's entertaining.
The whole point is the fact that the Onceler doesn't have a face. He's a corporation. He creates the need that people want, and then he sells it to them, and he gets bigger and bigger until eventually the balloon he's built pops, and there's nothing in that, and there's nothing left. Over here, on the other hand, he's a rock guitar playing kind of cool kind of guy who's been made fun of by his abusive family and is out on his own into the wonderful world of the most bland fucking imagination possible. Have you ever watched a Dr. Seuss book? They're all read a Dr. Seuss book or watched the animation. They're so colorful with the bendy turns, unique wildlife you wouldn't see anywhere. It's only the imagination that he could create. Here it's just basic ass forest with truffle trees. That's it. That's the only thing that makes you think somewhat, oh, hey, this looks like Dr. Seuss. It just looks like some random ass generic Blender background rather than a fucking Dr. Seuss style world.
At least they had the fucking
I'm gonna
walking
need your-
fish.
I'm gonna need your thoughts on Horn Hears the Who then.
Later.
We can do that at some point later.
Oh no.
Is it good or bad?
What do you fucking think? It's Zap.
It's the best out of the Dr. Seuss adaptations.
Wait, what other ones there?
Moving on.
Oh.
Okay, that's later. Later.
With
I'm running
that-
out of storage.
Anyways, the point I'm trying to get at here is the fact that, so everything looks basic. The animals all look basic. The fish, sure, they walk, but like, some of the birds look kind of neat, but they all just look generic. They don't feel like Dr. Seuss.
They are literally just goldfish.
Yeah, like, they don't feel like the Dr. Seuss creations brought to life. They feel like someone was told to animate a fucking goldfish. The bears don't look like Babadooks. They look like fucking regular ass teddy bears. Barbaloots, whatever. My bad.
Not Babadook. That's a overrated horror movie.
My bad. Sorry.
You're good.
Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't feel like Dr. Seuss creations. They just look like generic 3D animated characters, and that's a problem with this art style. You could say, sure, oh, it's better than the live action films, but that's not a wide margin. That's like saying like, oh hey, it's better. They did better acting than in The Room. No shit. It's just like saying that. Oh, hey, it could be worse. It could have. Moving on from the world looks generic. They fucked up the Onceler's character. Fine. Maybe it still follows the same plot, and you already know what I'm gonna fucking say. Why the fuck do I even do this? So the Onceler, he chops down a fucking tree, and apparently he's the only person in the fucking world who would chop down a tree, because everyone's just like, the entire fucking time he chops down this one fucking tree. This, of course, summons the Lorax, voiced by Danny DeVito.
The one good part of the movie.
This is perfect casting, but he's utterly wasted on here.
Yes.
We get this, so he basically just storms up to the Lorax and is like, hey, motherfucker, don't do that shit or I'm gonna beat the liver fucking. No, I wish he did that. No. He just goes up to the Lorax and he's like, what the fuck you chopping a tree down for? And then the Onceler's like, I made this. It's a need. It does a whole bunch of shit.
I mean,
And the Lorax is just like, really? Yeah. Don't cut down another tree, asshole. Okay. Yeah.
I chop down some more trees.
And so he goes out into the fucking town, and of course the need becomes a massive success because apparently nobody liked it because his guitar playing is shit. And so
then he just tossed it on someone.
yeah, he tossed it on someone, and suddenly that's what makes it viral.
Fashion.
Maybe I would make fun of it, but if the pink sauce can become popular, fucking anything can become popular trend. Anyways, everyone starts singing about the need, about the fucking need, like, everybody needs a need. Da trying to get on one of these fucking dumbass looking fucking things. It's a dumbass strip of cloth. It's a scarf, motherfucker.
And infinity scarves are really cool. Don't go dissing infinity scarves.
They don't even bring up like the magical properties the trees have. Like in the original story, it could cure fucking back pain. It can make it can be an infinite soup.
Wait, I need that.
Yeah, but here it's just fucking cloth. The whole point, this land is so magical, and the trees literally have magical properties, but here, it's just a pink fucking tree. Who gives two shits? Like, yeah, they'd be cool, like, wow, these trees are pink. Well, who gives a shit? Amazon would have chopped them all down like halfway through yesterday. It's a fucking pink tree. There's nothing magical about it. That just takes away from part of the whole fantasy aspect of this story. It's just fine. Maybe they wanted to make it more realistic, as if the fucking robot spies and car chases and jetpacks in the other half of the story are trying to be more realistic. But anyways, the need becomes a massive success, and the ones that are like, I need more trees. So the Lorax is like, we got to kill him. No, seriously, that's what fucking happens. They fucking take his bed, fucking chuck him into the river, is like, well, he's fucking dead. Good luck in the fucking wild. Hope you don't get eaten by a fucking grizzly bear, you piece of shit.
You know this all could have
For some reason, it's playing the fish are fucking singing Mission Impossible, which, fucking why? Mission Impossible. This is fucking Mission Possible. This is fucking Mission lamest fucking mission.
Funny
This is
fish.
the lamest,
It's the funny
dumbass
fish.
fucking idea. The whole point about it is like, don't invade others' environment for your own personal needs. Motherfucker, the Lorax is the biggest fucking hypocrite on earth. He just takes him and just fucking like, well, fuck you, asshole. It probably would have saved a few more trees if he didn't fucking kill him, but he still tried to fucking kill him.
What could have solved all
More
of this?
people commit crimes in this film than in fucking Fight Club.
That's impressive. What could have solved a lot of this is if they just gave him a fucking seed from
No,
this
here's
shit
the thing.
and
Trees-
let him farm
No,
this
here's the
fuck.
thing. Trees
And then
have
like,
seeds, and he knows they have seeds, because obviously he kept one. But here's the thing. If he wanted to keep a successful business model, because this guy's
You would
supposed to be a
just
successful
monopolize on the-
businessman, how would you plant the fucking seed? Like, even
Chop
the other animals, when they saw the chopped down tree, they just fucking stood around and singing Kumbaya instead of being like, well, that tree's fucking dead. Here's the seed. Plant a new one. If they grow back so fast, who gives a shit?
Also, can't you just shave the thing? If all you're getting is
Yes,
the leaves, you could just shave.
Yes, they
the
could, but
tree.
obviously that doesn't add to it. But moving on.
My dude sucks at making money. Okay.
And then suddenly, so they try to kill him. Then they enter his fucking house and they start fucking waxing his mustache with his toothbrush. He's like, we don't even have a mustache. What the fuck are you using this for? And then the Lorax like, the entire fucking time. And then suddenly, the Onceler's family comes in. They're like, no, you can. He's like, I promised I would not chop down any more trees. Like a good Boy Scout. And then the mom's like, well, we do need to be chopping down more trees for your mama, for your family. So it's not corporations and greediness that's making the Onceler do this. It's his abusive family. Oh, shit!
I'm
The
sorry.
entire fucking point of this story is that the Onceler is not a character. Even if he is a man succumbing to his own greed and pride and ego. His family was there to show that there are always more people out there. There are always more people who will fall in line and add to this and never speak out for themselves. There will always be another Onceler. But here, oh no, the Onceler isn't the bad guy. The guy who's responsible for cutting down these trees and creating this environment isn't bad. He's being manipulated by people who actually are bad. See, Jeff Bezos is a good guy. He's just being manipulated by Mama Bezos. What the fuck kind of message is that? The entire point is that anybody can be the fucking Onceler. That's why we don't see his fucking face. You're telling me that, look, I know I grew up in an abusive household. Even my mom wouldn't just walk up and be like, you need to cut down more trees for your mama. Which, by the way, what the fuck is that accent that they're using for the fucking mom? He's like, you gotta do things for your family, the business now, and your mama. Like, what the fuck? And then there's moving the fuck on.
Moving on.
This bullshit here just completely undervalues who the Onceler is as a character and just basically just turns him into a victim rather than the problem, which, hear that? Corporations aren't bad, they're just misguided. You see, give your money to Elon Musk, he's just misguided. He certainly does not have a hidden agenda that is only trying to forward his own products. It's not like that SpaceX is inherently linked with the United States government, and that Trump becoming president will inherently make him much more wealthy and will get him more connections. It's not like that he's been caught talking to both Vladimir Putin and whoever the fuck's in charge of China, I don't give two shits, and has been actively aiding them in the efforts of both against Taiwan and Ukraine. It's not like that's been a thing. He's just misguided. He didn't know any better. So we should forgive him.
Propaganda and fucking put. Okay.
Yeah, no, corporations and businessmen are fucking evil. They're not your friend. Disney is not just secretly run by a guy who wants to help. He's just not sure how to appeal to LGBTQ people. They don't give two shits. Budweiser wasn't like, man, we did fuck up towards our audience. We should make an apology video because they don't like LGBTQ stuff. They're just like, well, they're gonna buy our beer anyways. Let's get fucking drunk. They don't care. They don't have emotions. They don't have a face. There is no emotion to the Onceler. There is no evil family making him do this shit. It is the concept of a company that all your goal is to get bigger and bigger and bigger until there is nothing left. And that is what the original book was about. But here, he's just some guy. He plays guitar. He's like rock and roll. He just has some trauma. That's all. Because clearly the fucking oil tanker spill that killed dozens of animals and damaged the wildlife would have been solved if the guy just went to fucking therapy. So after that bullshit and the ever so popular "that's a woman" joke that was played in every fucking trailer and is the biggest waste of a punchline in history, like even ignoring the rampantly
homophobic.
I don't know, transphobic. There it is. Ignoring the inherently like transphobic or like femboy phobic or whatever the fuck whatever phobic it fucking is. Ignoring the fact that it's just inherently insulting to people who like try to present one way or the other. It's also not just fucking funny. She clearly looks like a woman. She speaks like a woman. She's just fucking fat. That's it. She's just built like a fucking bowling ball. That's the only fucking
phobic.
No, fat phobic is if I was insulting her. I'm just saying I'm saying the movie is
Built like a bowling ball, not an insult.
The point I'm trying to get is the movie is making fun of this woman, is what I'm trying to get at here. The movie is making just an inherently insulting, unfunny joke. For what? There is no punchline here, just, that woman's fat and doesn't act like a man. Laugh!
But after that...
And they use that in every fucking trailer. I don't know why, it wasn't funny.
That's a woman.
Yes, it wasn't funny. No one laughed the first time, but that got past the board of directors. They apparently test audiences, but they fucking love that because they put that shit everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised if you went to fucking IHOP and the waiters were like, "That's a woman." At the
That's
fucking
a pancake?
That's a pancake?
But after that...
That's a shit movie. But no, after that, so then we get to the pride and joy of this fucking movie. What everyone's favorite part of it was. How bad can I be? I wanna die, please kill me, please. How bad can I be? This piece of shit is killing me. This musical number almost exemplifies everything wrong with this fucking film. This film portrays the Onceler as ignorant to what he is doing, as someone who is willfully or otherwise just oblivious to the harm that he is causing. It portrays him as a guy who simply just thinks that he's helping and trying to build business and help the economy, rather than someone who knows what he is doing and is actively causing trouble to it. Even if some of the lyrics suggest that he knows it, the whole point of it is that he clearly doesn't know all the damage he's done, especially by the end of the song where he looks so damaged by what happened. This fucking piece of shit, this fucking song, rushed an entire fucking film's worth of character development in 2 minutes! 2 fucking minutes! movie was supposed to be about the Onceler slowly becoming consumed with his pride and ego and greed, falling into himself, slowly becoming someone who was unrecognizable, just becoming the embodiment of a corporation, just biggering and biggering and biggering until there is nothing left for anyone or anything. And they just completely just step out for, I didn't fucking know. I don't know. It just happened. I don't know what they tell me. They just tell me things and I say it. They said it on TV. They're eating the dogs. I didn't know.
It's
fucking. I didn't know. They just told me that. So I just do what they say. It treats him as if he doesn't know any better, and he does. He does fucking know better. The whole fucking point of the Lorax, according to Dr. Seuss, was to scare people, to make people feel something. He said on the topic when he wrote the book is that he was angry about what was happening to the environment because of corporation, and he wanted people to feel angry too. The whole point of the book was dark and dreary, more so than any work he has done before or since. The entire point of this book is that corporations know what they are doing, and they know the damage they are causing, but unless someone like you care a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. And that it's up to us, the consumer, the people who have feelings, the people who have a face, the people who are a part of these corporations to create change, because these things inherently won't. There's nothing you can do to convince a corporation. But this song just shifts the blame entirely on that it was his family. He didn't know better. It wasn't his fault. It is utterly a disgrace to the original message to the book, and just a movie as a plot in general. It babies the idea that people into thinking that corporations aren't bad, they're just misguided. The Onceler is not meant to be a character, and even if he is a character here, he's a fucking shitty character, because his whole character arc is rushed in 2 fucking minutes. The plot, the line from, my family's convinced me to do things and I don't like it to, lawyers are denying and trees are fucking dying, is done in a 2-minute song, and that evolution happens within that 1 minute mark at the end. And even towards the end, he acts surprised when all the trees are fucking gone, as if it wasn't his intention. Then what was he doing? What were the lawyers denying? Was the PR people lying about? He's either delusional or he's just fucking oblivious. And either way, the companies are neither. They know what the fuck they're doing. CEOs know the damage they cause, but they have a blanket and pillows worth of money to sit on and ignore. They can, with the amount of money, if you earned $100,000 every day from the day Jesus died on up until now, there would be 91 people in America alone that are richer than you. Think about that. Corporations are built off the back of exploitation and taking things. They have caused so much fucking damage. No matter how much hard work and shit you've done, they're exploiting and grabbing things that they don't fucking deserve in order to just build their lives and stack on top of each other, because you can't reason with them. There is no arguing with, but the money talks. Because money talks. No matter how much damage it does to someone else, the end goals are always the same. You just get bigger and bigger and bigger until there's nothing left for everyone else. And this whole fucking movie just dances around that idea.
It's okay. Just finish up, please.
So for the camera, I didn't even get to biggering, like the cut song that would have better exemplified this. Obviously, the Onceler need more in it, but would need more development throughout the entire course of the movie. But the point is that this wasn't just a companies not knowing any better. This was an intentional oversight, because biggering, the original cut of Needville, this all shows they could and would have made a more artistic, faithful version to the Lorax about the dangers companies and consumers create, but they purposely changed it, dumbed it down, and made it more appealing, because they know how bad this makes them look. This was an intentional design to purposely turn what was meant to be one of the most artful critiques of corporate bullshit into just another film for kids. My dad hasn't gotten a day off in the last 4 months. My mom comes home angry, upset, and gets 3 hours of sleep every fucking day because of their jobs. I've lived a life of fucking being yelled at, abused, told I wasn't loved, because no one in my house was fucking happy because all the shit we have to do to work. Had 2 different jobs between 2 different places and worked there for several years on end, and all my life savings are now gone to the fucking shitter just because I want to get a degree to hopefully get a better job. Corporations are fucking evil. There is no babyfying this shit. If you're not gonna tell this story right, don't fucking tell it at all. If you want to make a series to say that corporations, they're a little fixer-upper, they get a little quirky at night, they can get some fixing. There is no fixing what is already broken. Well, maybe the corporations are different because there is no person behind the corporation. It's a fucking inherently evil process that only we, the people, can fix. But by just ignoring the problem and letting people who clearly don't give a shit just continue to do stuff like this and just feeding into it, nothing's gonna change. Maybe you're thinking I'm overreacting to a fucking Dr. Seuss book, but motherfucker, this is a story that means many things to a lot of people. Not the fucking story, what stuff like this does to things. And if by dumbing it down to just fucking trees good, industry bad, it's a fucking waste. And the fact that this movie is so loved, and people just say, I just separated from the original source, or say, well, the memes are pretty funny, or just say, it's a kid's movie, don't think about it, fucking pisses me the fuck off. Because if the original book in the fucking 1970s could be this dark and talk about this shit, why can't we, in the more progressive era, talk about this shit? And so, this is how the story ends for the Onefler. Everything's cut down, and they're like, why don't you use your magic powers to fix things? To the Lorax, and Lorax is like, that doesn't work that way. So he's just being a fucking cunt. And so, he goes on his fucking high horse and fucking lists himself to the fucking heavens, where the Onefler's like, damn, I fucked up. And, well, by the end of the story, we see the trees grow back fucking instantly, and even the Lorax comes back from fucking heaven to be like, you did good, Beanpole. When, like, motherfucker, no he didn't! He could have saved the environment ages ago. He's a fucking sickly shell of a man. This dude looks like Michael Afton over here. His skin is disheveled and rotten off. But, no, he gave some tree to some horny fuck, and so he's like, alright, fair enough, I did my job. Oh, the fuck he didn't. You did your fucking shit! The only job you did was fucking waste an hour and a half of my life. And then it has the balls to end on the fucking, unless someone like you ends here's a whole awful lot quote, at the end of the movie, like just plain text on the board, like it's a fucking masterpiece. In the words of Lego Batman, all good movies end with a quote. Fuck this piece of shit. Fuck this fucking movie. The fact it did so well, too. It's one of the Illumination's higher grossing films. One of the highest grossing...
I forgot Illumination made it.
Yeah, it's one on DVD. I forgot about it.
It's one of the
Same.
highest grossing films.
Don't
Had
feel too
great
bad.
DVD sales. Had over 300... Had 300 brand tie-ins with plushies, car companies, fucking fossil fuel industries, IHOP for fuck's sake. This is the equivalent of the fucking... This is the equivalent if they made a Godzilla film where he just moonwalked into fucking Tokyo, fixed everything, and said, peace, motherfuckers, and just died back into the fucking ocean.
I have no words for that.
It is a fucking god-awful film. I think I would rather had my eyes gouged out than fucking see any of my characters be made to this shit, but... Nope, this is a good movie. The memes are pretty funny. There's ironic enjoyment out of this. This shouldn't be regarded as art. People ask if like our like dumb shit like our video games are bullshit like this. Is this a fucking movie? This is a step back. This is the most processed corporate bullshit that could be pushed out of the Lorax's asshole. And they just kept feeding this shit and people ate it. They ate it and called it a fucking pancake. They called it the Lorax special at fucking IHOP.
Sorry.
Hi, it's me. I'm people. That
They-
literally was me when I was
they
younger.
fucking
I fucking
ate-
adored this movie.
They ate it up. The half-baked fucking songs are great. The animation, well, it holds up for 2012. The jokes, I mean, that's a woman. And they just fucking ate this slop up. This is the film equivalent of just pouring just salt and pepper on a plate full of sugar and just saying, here you go, here's your food, and them just eating it spoonful by spoonful. Why? Just because it looks colorful? Just because, oh, it's a movie to waste time? Fucking Wall-E came out 4 years earlier. If that wasn't a callback, the Lorax could have been made into an hour-long film that dives deep into the danger of the corporatism. Then I don't know what is. But no, because it's fucking Illumination. They just dumbed it down and made it the most bare-bones, generic bastardization of almost any film. And I can't even, it's not like The Grinch where like it's a bastardization of the original, yeah, but I mean, it's the fucking Grinch. This is the Lorax. This story was meant to be dark and different from the other Dr. Seuss books. All the other Dr. Seuss stories are mentioned in the Dr. Seuss musical except the Lorax. This story is meant to be the different one. The one that makes you think. The one that makes you walk away and think, we need to do something now. The Grinch, yes, it's a good story and it got bastardized, but it still is a story about Christmas, the spirit of Christmas. This movie has nothing to do with the original source material. And even if you take it away from that, it is just processed, poisoned, pissed out of a fucking...
Final thoughts. Wrap it up.
The movie fucking blows. I understand this is a bit irrational for an hour-and-a-half children's film. But motherfucker, I have dealt with so much fucking bullshit of people just taking the easy way out and just softening that it's fine. You can cheat on your homework assignments and get top in your class. That's fine. You can just get a job instantly and get a bunch of money, work all day, and that'll be fine. You can just turn in terrible sketches of a fucking couch while I spend 6 fucking hours sketching a fucking stool. You can just send in 6 unfinished drawings of a couch, and that's fine, because who gives a shit?
See, now I feel called out that I can't draw for shit.
I'm talking about
I literally just did a really quick sketch of a stool for a homework assignment.
No, this wasn't a homework assignment. We were given 6 hours in class to do this, and he still turned in 6 unfinished assignments of a fucking couch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You can just re-release a film and just put it in black and white and charge people $15 to see it again, just in black and white, because who gives a shit?
Are you talking about Godzilla?
Yes.
Okay.
You can just take the easy way out and get so much out of it, but all the hard work that people put in just gets thrown to the wayside because fuck them apparently. All that hard work didn't mean shit. We build it up that hard work and perseverance is what makes things through, and that taking the easy way out is bad, but when you actually look at it, who gives a shit? And so the one time there's a story that might actually look into how fucking fucked up this world is, and could maybe give you an idea of why life fucking isn't peaches and cream, and they just make it so he's a little bit of a fixer-upper. This could have been avoided if his family was nice. It's fucking bullshit. Motherfucker, I got a 29 on the ACT, and I couldn't afford to fucking go here without pulling in all my life savings. I could have been somebody, man. But no, I'm dedicating my life to fucking doing drawings for a company I probably complained about in this fucking thing. I'll probably be stuck making some processed piss for Disney instead of actually doing stuff I want to make, because who cares what I make? Fucking hell. Like, actually fucking hell.